LATD Nation, we are back in here with another video for y'all, man. We got an album review, man.
Yes, sir. Coming straight off of the spooktacular, month-long sort of Halloween special we did. If you missed any of those, they're currently on the channel right now. But, man, back to the regular content around here. What are we talking about today?
Yeah, so today we'll be looking at the details of Chromakopia.
Yes,
Chromakopia.
sir. One of my
Chromakopia. Chromakopia. Oh, sorry. All right, no. Chromakopia by Tyler, the Creator, bro.
Yes, sir. One of my most anticipated albums of the year from when it was first announced, about a week and a half or 2 weeks before it actually dropped, because it dropped last Monday.
Yeah, last Monday.
Yeah, last Monday. For me, Tyler, his last album, Call Me If You Get Lost, has history with me and Tyler. I've always respected Tyler as an artist. I was never really a huge fan of Tyler until more so recently with albums like Flower. Really everything from Flower Boy up until now has been far more my taste and my speed, because he kind of sort of evolved and kind of grew with his artistry.
Right.
He kind of showed a little bit more growth and maturity, started going towards soul / R&B type of production and things like that. And he's been on a run. Since 2017 with Flower Boy, he has released, from then on you had Igor, which a lot of people consider to be his best. Then you had Call Me If You Get Lost, which is my personal favorite album.
I say Call Me If You Get Lost. I agree.
Yeah, it's my favorite album by him, and I would definitely say it's one of my favorite albums of this decade so far. I had that album on repeat in 2021 when it first dropped. It really lives on in my mind. It's one of the core memories I have of that year, which is saying, and it was probably my album of the year over Donda, which is saying something, because Kanye is my favorite artist of all time. So that's how you know. So going into this album, it's been 3 years since his last, and I had a lot of hype for it. I had a lot of anticipation. This has been a great year for hip hop for the most part.
We started out the year with Blue Lips by Schoolboy Q.
Yeah.
Then you already know the Kendrick and Drake beef.
Yeah, putting that aside, just in general, there's been a lot of great artistry. Denzel dropped this year.
Yes, sir. King of the Mischievous South, too.
Yes, sir. Deluxe coming out. Probably going to review that.
Yes, sir.
Eminem dropped, which I don't care what none of y'all say. That's still one of my GOATs.
Yeah, Eminem is a GOAT for real, though. Eminem, he definitely is. The Death of Slim Shady, one of my favorite albums of the year, personally.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's a lot of great music on that album. I really feel like it's underrated. And to say that an Eminem album is underrated in 2024 really kind of shows you how far times have changed and how much things have progressed, from his heyday. But I digress. And this year, the crazy thing is that it's not even over yet.
Nah.
I still feel like Kendrick's album is on the way. I don't care what anybody try to tell me. I'm convinced Kendrick Lamar's album is coming.
I hope so, bro. I hope so. Because Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is a classic.
In my personal opinion, for me, yes, it is. It's my favorite Kendrick album, but y'all ain't ready for that.
I'm gonna be real. All of Kendrick's albums, except for Untitled and Mastered, all of his albums are classics at this point. Same thing with Tyler, really, if we're being honest. I
feel like from Flower Boy to now, he's had a lot of albums that are arguably classic. And with this album in particular, Chromakopia, no different. I really think this might be one of, if not his best, honestly.
No, high key.
Because this album is amazing.
Because the thing about Chromakopia,
just to say, just starting off, great album.
Exactly, bro. I agree 100%. Because the thing about Chromakopia, I'm gonna keep saying it like that. I like the whole theme of it, though. Especially if you see the music videos, the whole military theme that he has going on in there, and then the whole thing with paranoia and this one and love. Yeah, really, love has been all of his been the main theme of love for the last 3 of his albums.
Yeah, for sure,
including this one,
for sure. And the thing about Tyler that I really appreciate is that he is an artist that, despite how times have changed and how we seem to be more in an era of just instant gratification and just TikTok numbers and going viral.
Right.
He's one of the very few artists
that does it for the art.
That comes back with a new style, a new sound, a new approach, a new aesthetic every single time. Much like Kanye, much like Travis. He's one of the Kendrick. He's one of the very few artists right now, in my opinion, that's still really innovating in the space. And I really am glad to see that creative spirit has continued with this album because, yeah, he came back with a whole new hairstyle, a whole new militaristic look.
I don't know what that hairstyle is. But
I wouldn't rock it, but I mean, props to him.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to try something different. I mean, Tyler always been a little out there for sure.
Yeah, true. With Odd Future and everything. To each his own, though. But, yeah, bro, like some of these songs here, though. Oh, my bad. Were you trying to get into it?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, yeah, put it pure and simple. Chromakopia is great.
Chromakopia.
Just, starting off, just how it opens. Saint Chroma.
Oh, yeah.
Quickly becoming one of my favorite songs of the year. Easily.
Especially the choir sound in it, too.
Facts. Because the way it opens with that whisper flow, like, it's very quiet, but it's almost, like, menacing, and it's very, like, sort of confident. Like, he's whispering, but that doesn't mean that he's not talking.
Exactly.
He's really going in on that song, and, like, the production and how it builds and everything. And like you said, the chorus, easily one of my favorite songs of the year so far.
Like, I like the choir sound that it has, and this is really just the production as a whole.
Yeah, because even the way it opens, because the whole thing with the album is that his mom is narrating it throughout.
Oh.
Yeah, that's his mom.
That's what's up. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's what's up, though, because my thing is, like, truth be told, all of the production, all of the beats on this song is on these albums, on the song too, but on this album as a whole, like, for example, Thought I Was Dead.
Yeah, for sure.
Thought I Was Dead is probably my favorite song on this album because he's just going at everybody.
It's a very
really just his haters, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Typical Tyler. Stunning, flexing, talking his talk.
Exactly.
Things like that. Of course, that's a big highlight.
Ratata is another one.
I think Ratata might be my favorite because that song is
it's a close second for me.
So tough.
It's a close second for me. It's if it wasn't for Thought I Was Dead, Ratata would easily have the best performance in my opinion.
Yeah,
that's his best rapping performance. That is.
Oh, for sure, 100%. He's so confident and he's just so in his bag and in his element. He's talking about 20,000 on me, 50,000 on me, 100,000 on me. He's just at a point where he just knows he's that guy. Especially, he had a line in particular that stood out. One of my favorite lines of the year so far. He said, "The biggest out the city after Kenny, that's a fact now." And
he ain't wrong.
He's not wrong. Because if you really look at the state of LA hip hop, who's really bigger than Tyler and Kendrick right now? Who's really doing it at the level they're doing it?
Yeah, nobody.
Exactly. Roddy fell off, unfortunately.
Yeah, I hate that for him. I mean, a lot of LA artists are really just underrated too. Like, all the Black Hippie is underrated.
For sure.
But that's really absolutely. He's in my top 10 of all time, in my honest opinion. Spoilers. I can tell you where.
We'll definitely do that list at some point.
But as far as Kendrick and, like, they are the upper echelon of LA rap though.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I feel like right now those two are kind of like, especially in the mainstream, kind of holding LA rap together because YG ain't what he used to be. A lot of them have kind of come and gone, but Kendrick and Tyler have managed to outlast their era and have continued to shift boundaries and shift their sound and, really just move culture forward. Every time they drop, it's like, it's quickly, for me, a Tyler, the Creator album is becoming an event for me in hip hop. And I would have never said that back in the day because I wasn't a Tyler fan before. But really, as of the last few years, he maybe not one of my absolute favorite rappers, but he's somebody that I know when he drops, I'm getting some solid music. Yeah, and that's why I was so excited for this album, because it was like we're finally getting an artist that we know cares, that we know still cares.
Boom, exactly. Because there's a whole lot of artists out here. Like he said in one of his interviews with, I forgot who. But he said that there's a lot of artists out here who just make the music for the money.
Yeah, he's
people want to come at him, but yet he's being creative. He's doing this because he loves it.
Facts, exactly.
And
it
you can see
through. It shines through with every single. And the thing is that this album was completely produced by him. Written, recorded, produced entirely by him.
Right. Okay,
almost on some Prince type of stuff.
Yeah, high key. Because my thing is another one of my favorite songs is "Darling I."
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. Like I like the '90s tone that it has. Like Tizo Touchdown did his thing with the hook too.
He always does.
And then it's like in the feet. Don't even get me started on the features. Now, when I say this, I don't want to hear nothing in the comments talking about, "Oh, Jay, you're a hypocrite. You said all this stuff about this, that, and the third, and you know what I'm saying." I hate to say it, bro, but "Sticky" is a good song.
Great song. Fire song.
"Sticky" is a good song.
Hype.
Good song.
Yeah, no, because there's some solid features. Wayne, the ever reliable Lil Wayne, he did his thing.
Glorilla did her thing.
Glorilla showed out for sure.
Oh yeah, she had one of the best versions on this album. That's Cap.
And who else did good?
I don't want to hear that. I ain't say all that. I said that I wrote this on my notes word for word. I hate to say it, but I really did like this song, "Sticky." All the rap performances were great. Sexy Reds was mid as usual, but
I mean, at least you acknowledge it.
But I'll acknowledge that. God, dog. Her verse wasn't. I mean, it wasn't anything I haven't heard from her before. I'm not even.
That is
No. I'm
facts.
not. This ain't legit hate. Like I just like to make fun of Sexy Red's music because it's a joke at this point.
Yeah.
But for me, the thing is, like, it really wasn't anything special. Like she just rapped about the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's all.
She didn't add anything new, but I think that Tyler kind of knew what he was getting when he commissioned these features.
Yeah, that was par for the course. But
and I think that gets through the majority of like the bangers, I guess you could say. But I think this album's bread and butter is its cohesiveness in the topics that he's discussing. Because on this album, of course, you got the familiar, themes of love, but he also starts to get more introspective in terms of like him getting older,
right?
And him potentially having a child, having a family, settling down, and putting music to the side.
Yep.
And I feel like the standout examples of this for me are definitely Hey Jane, and Judge Judy.
And Judge Judy, yep.
Well, yeah, Hey Jane.
Yeah, I'd say Judge Judy.
And I could also see
I hope you
Tomorrow to a degree.
Yeah, and I hope you find your way home is another one.
Yeah, but I really like how he's starting to become. And Tyler's come a long way from being that kind of immature, young 20-something-year-old that was just kind of like
talking about Cole Sprouses.
Loiter on the like going from being on the Loiter Squad show and just all these antics and everything to kind of becoming more mature, more realized, more of a more laid back individual. Like I really have enjoyed seeing Tyler's growth over the years, and so him over here really talking about him being a father and things like that, I really enjoyed that, especially like on like Judge Judy, especially I think, or Hey Jane. Hey Jane was really great song. I really like the way he positioned the song as a conversation between him and a potential lover. And, and from what I read, this is true. Because he said specifically in the interview, he said that this is the first album where everything that he said on it was true. So this is a real situation that happened that he's talking about.
Right, because like I mentioned in Darling Eye,
which adds a lot to it. Not to cut you off.
Oh yeah, no, you good. But in Darling Eye is very much like that too. Not even just like the tone, but the messages about what like love is and everything, and and about monogamy and how like he mentions in the I don't know the words word for word, but he does mention how like monogamy isn't his thing and stuff like that, how but he probably has to buckle down now because
he's getting older.
He's getting exactly. So he's like he knows what he needs to do, but he doesn't really want to do it.
Yeah, and I really like how Darling Eye is a good setup for Hey Jane, where you see like I said, he's talking to a lover about her potentially having a kid and them deciding what they're going to do. Is Tyler going to be involved? Is he going to be active in the kid's life?
Right.
Is she even going to keep the kid?
Right.
But either way, both verses end with basically them saying that regardless of what happens, I'll support you either way. And I think that's an interpretation of love that he kind of expresses, that we may not love each other like that, but we have love for each other, I guess you could say.
Exactly.
And I really thought that was a really like cool, sort of touching sort of moment on the album.
Especially like one thing I do love about this album as well is that his mom does the narration.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really this album is really touching in a way.
It really
Because when
was,
I saw
yeah.
the aesthetic with like the mask and everything, and we didn't even get to Noid yet. Noid is probably the best produced song on this album.
Oh yeah, Noid was fire. Like when he first dropped Noid, I was like, oh yeah, nah, he on one for sure. This is going to be a great album. Like I just from the production and everything, it really sounds like he was in the lab. He took his time.
Right.
And he really like cooked something. And I love seeing
Like,
that
true,
because
like-
it's like we don't get that like we used to.
Exactly. Like, truth be told, like when I first saw that album, I thought it was going to be something about his haters. Well, I mean, yeah, saw something about his haters and how he was paranoid about his fame and everything about that. But but it makes a full 180 and just talks. Well, not a 180. I say he makes a left turn and talks about love and everything. And I'm like, okay, I rock with this. This is cool. Like, it's just. It's cohesive, like you said, bro, and it's a dang near a perfect album for me.
Yeah, especially, and one thing I really did like that also again reflected his maturity and his growth is that on previous albums, because if you're a Tyler fan, his father was never in his life or whatever the case may be, and Tyler had a lot of resentment towards him for that. But the narration that his mom has on, I think it was, let me see which song it was. It was Like Him, where at the end she reveals to him, because throughout that song he's kind of discussing, like he says, am I chasing a ghost? Because his mom on the song comments that, oh, he looks just like his dad, this, that, and third. Every time I look at him, I'm reminded by him. And he, resenting his dad, he doesn't necessarily like that. And he's afraid of the idea of potentially becoming like his dad, which makes sense now, because now he's getting older and he's thinking about, him being a father and him potentially settling down. Now he's wondering if he's in a space to where he could be a better father and be better to his kids than his father was. But at the end of the song, I really like how his mom pretty much says, the reason that your father isn't in your life is because of me and because of the resentment I held towards him. So you shouldn't hate him and have resentment towards him, because it's my fault and he's a good guy and he wanted to be a father to you. So that kind of changes his perspective on fatherhood a little bit. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
And I like that idea a lot. I really do.
I mean, it takes a big person to admit that.
Into the world,
to the world, yeah.
Yeah.
To just admit it in general. Like, at least, I mean, this was, you said this before, but this is definitely Tyler's Mr. Morale.
It might be, yeah.
This is what I think.
It's his most vulnerable and revealing album because, like I said, everything that he said, he confirmed, is true. From, the lyricism and the stories he's telling and the situations that he presents us with, it's all true. Like, this is 100% him. This isn't, sort of him getting inspiration from people and, him watching certain situations and him using that as inspiration for his own music. No, this is like Tyler actually lived through these situations. Right. And you can feel it because there's just an extra level of care and emotional expression with it. So it's just really, really great in terms of how well constructed it is production-wise, just overall in terms of the way the track listing flows. It's really just a damn well put together album, and that's just a treat in 2024 when we're getting albums that are half finished. We're getting stuff like this Ice Spice album, which we ain't even talk about that because why would we?
Because you said it went double 10 for you.
It did. It did. And then it went double plank. That's what it went.
Golly, that ain't good. That's not good at all. Like, but
some Johnny 2x4.
Exactly. Like my album, I will probably gonna have to rank these albums later on.
Oh yeah, top albums of the year for sure, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Like, stay tuned for that one because I got a lot of stuff. We can probably gonna give our top 10 favorite albums.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can see that
of all time.
We can, but yeah, no.
I meant to say rappers too, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, like, what would you give this album out of 10 though?
This album is a high heat for me. I love this album. I've had it on repeat since it dropped. I don't plan on putting it down.
Yeah.
There's really no negative for me. There are some songs I like more than others, but overall, great production, great features, great performance. Some of Tyler's best performances ever. And he's only getting better with time. He's not slowing down. He's not showing any signs of weakness.
Not
He's only getting better.
Now, see, this is the thing with me though. Like, I give this extremely high heat as well.
Yes, sir.
It's scraping on a flawless victory, but the only thing that holds it back was "I Killed You." That's the only thing that's the only song that held it back because this is kind of out of nowhere, you know.
It low key is. It doesn't really fit the narrative too much. I don't mind it. It's all right.
Yeah, it's
I don't
all
really
right. It's
have
not
much to say.
It's not a bad keep in mind, it's not a bad song, but it's just not my favorite. It's probably the worst song on the album for me. But that's not really saying a lot. But extremely high heat for me, nonetheless. I love the production, the consistency with the theme. Sticky was great. Darling I was great. Noid was great. Ratata.
Yes, sir.
Thought I Was Dead. Like I said, easily my favorite song on this album because it's like the performances, the rapping, what else is there to say?
It's just a great album.
What else is there?
What
else is there to say?
It's just a good old fashioned quality album, and that's much welcome in 2024. Shit. Now, if only his best friend Rocky. If only he can.
He ain't about to drop.
I don't know what he's doing. He was supposed to drop his album in August. I don't know what he's doing.
He got that Riri money now, so yeah.
I guess. And then on top of that, Rocky, his mentee, you already know, Bacardi.
Oh,
that bum. He still ain't dropped. He got 2 more months until 2024 music.
At least he dropped Timeless.
Other than that, that ain't good enough.
Okay.
He dropped the pre-save link. Where's your album at? Where's the release date? You said 2024 music. It is what, November?
November.
We are getting very close to the end, and there's still no album. And I'm starting to think 2024 music is canceled. So I'm not holding my breath at this point. Just for now, I'm just glad we got a Tyler album. Uzi album just dropped. We'll talk about that.
Hey, let us know in the comments if you want us to talk about it. You know, we'll probably just talk about it regardless.
Yeah, we'll talk about Uzi. We'll talk about Eternal Take 2. But for now, let's leave on a positive because they ain't gonna be too much nice to. There's not gonna be too much nice stuff to say about that album.
But all jokes aside, though, stay tuned for more content coming from us, man. We got some news. We got some news to talk about, bro. Hey, so maybe some about Bronny.
Yeah, we'll talk about the season a little bit.
Yeah. Especially like basketball as a whole, like football. Yeah. I mean, the Eagles won last night.
Yes, sir.
Nick Sirianni.
Cowboys lost, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a good Sunday. You feel me? So. It's a stressful Sunday, but a good Sunday nonetheless. But stay tuned for more content from us. Maybe a little announcement about a certain tournament coming soon.
Stay tuned.
Well, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what to do. With that being said, I've been Jay.
And this has been Rodney.
And we're LATD. Y'all remember, look at the details. Peace.